Field Marshal Rommel. He was then a General Rommel, the Desert Fox. The idea here was that he could go into the desert and outflank easily from the southern side. There's only one road in the north where the armies used to function. Now, when you compare with Sagat, the terrain is different. Sagat had a great concept that Bangladesh is an area full of rivers. And you heard about the Meghna crossing. And also, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of vegetation. The Meghna is a massive river. It is a tributary of the Ganga and all. And it's actually part of the Brahmaputra. It crosses the Kasi Jantia Hill, then comes due south. It's a massive river. And to cross that alone, according to military parlance as taught then, you require 2-3 days of reconnaissance, and then you close up to the banks of the river, and then you send patrols across to see where the enemy is, etc. And then you decide on crossing. It takes 7-8 days. Sagat crossed it in a matter of 1 or 2 days. Of course, the main story is about using the Air Force to cross it in great force. But I had a helicopter pilot. I was posted to Mizoram, as Anil told you, in 1973. That is after the war, 2 years after the war. I was a brigadier. And I was using an Air Force helicopter, Mi-4 in those days. And he had been flying a large number of generals. So while he was flying me around, we should keep chatting. He said, I used to fly General Sagat around. So I said, what about him? What do you know about him? He said, well, I'll tell you one story. There was a division commanded by, I think, a General Misra, which was concentrated between Tripura and the Kasi Jantia Hills in that area. The Kachar district of SM, western border of SM, is contiguous to the Bangladesh border, the East Pakistan. The division was ready there, they were ready to come across. So Sagat visited them and heard their plans in the same helicopter pilot told me. He said, then Sagat told the pilot, let's take off, and he had to go back to Shillong where he was posted. He told the pilot, Zara aage chalna thoda, let me see the ground ahead. So the pilot flew forward. Then there was the international border, which the Air Force knows exactly marked on the map. So Sagat said, Zara aage chalo, border dekhenge. He said, sir, I'm not permitted. My flying program does not include coming to the border. So Sagat told him that, well, your Air Force commanders in Shillong and others don't even know where you are until you tell them. You keep your mouth shut and don't tell them where you are. Zara aage chalna, zara dekhna chahte zameen kaisi hai. He went forward. They saw the river in front of them. Now the river was in Pakistan territory. You have crossed the border. So Sagat said, zara banks mein dekhte hain kya ho raha hai wahan. So like that, he encouraged the pilot to go more and more forward, and they went up and down the river, found no enemy troops on our side, on the eastern side of the bank. The river is north to south. He said, niklo, aage niklo, iske upar chalo. So much against his will, the pilot went forward, and there was a village. And he flew around, and he saw there were no military there. So he told the pilot, land in this village. So he landed on the village. And all the people came rushing. There was an open sports field or something in the village. When the helicopter landed, they all came running. They were all Pakistani. They said, General साहब आप आ गए बड़ी मुश्किल से हमारे कोई यहाँ ट्रूप्स नहीं हैं वो तो दुश्मन तो आगे आ गया दरिया के उस साइड में पूरी डिवीजन खड़ी है उनकी और यहाँ कोई है नहीं हमारे ट्रूप्स सो Sagat told the villagers ठीक है मैं भी लाता हूँ उनको मैं अपना ADC told his ADC to get down on the river with the PRC-25 set and said you sit here Captain साहब को चाय वगैरह पिलाओ मैं अभी लाता हूँ ट्रूप्स flew back across the Meghna, went to Misra's headquarters and said, look, we've heard your plans. Now would you and your O group is the main advisors of the div commander, the head of the artillery and the head of the infantry and so on. So 3-4 लोगों को लेके with the PRC sets, he said, get into my helicopter, I want to show you something. Took them across the border, landed them in that village and told the Pakistani, देखो तुम्हारी फौज आ गई है, इनको चाय वगैरह पिलाना. Then he told the general, now you're here, get your division across. So this is the method. I mean, it was impossible for an army to cross a huge river if it had been held by the Pakistan. But there's one spot where it was not being held. And from there, if you look at the map, it's a direct southward trend to Dhaka. You cross no more obstacles.
It's a very, very important point. Issues of the narrative. I'm not an expert on generals, but in India, we got to create. I'm a student of popular culture. we have a strange relationship between popular culture and armed forces. On the one hand, the armed forces are venerated. On the other hand, they're completely neglected in popular narrative, where cricketers, film stars, and other assorted celebrities take center stage. So I think it's important to set right that narrative. Of course, through contributions like this, but I would like to turn the question around to you and to the rest of the audience. If anyone is here from mass media, television, cinema, please concentrate on this. Let's have more stuff in popular culture on our real heroes. That's how we'll have Sagat Singh. Sagat Singh should have had half a dozen books on him by now.
Yes.
And written by best-selling authors,
Correct.
occupying bestseller spaces.